Tearful. Desperate Harry running away from Montecito after exhausting time. Disclose signs of divorce. Prince Harry could not allegedly take his miserable life in the United States. In its November 1st issue, New Idea claimed that Prince Harry is not one to complain about his hang-ups with his wife, Meghan Markle. However, it's obvious that he's not having the best time in the United States. When he was still in the United Kingdom, everything that the Duke of Sussex touched turned into gold. But the same cannot be said now that he's thousands of miles away from home. In fact, a source alleged that everything that Prince Harry touches these days turns into a mess. And this isn't how he wants to live his life. He would never say it, but it's obvious everything he's touched in his life turned into a mess. There's a rumor going around that he's left the house for a break on a number of occasions. Sometimes it's just to the beach to be alone, and others he's going to Elton John's home, which is empty for most of the year. The poor guy just needs time to think, the source said. The insider added that Prince Harry is very exhausted, and it allegedly shows with the way he looks and how he carries himself. As for his wife, Markle seems to be doing a much better job in the United States. After all, this is her home and this is where she grew up. But even if Markle's life seems much easier than Prince Harry in the US, this doesn't mean that the former actress doesn't have things to worry about. The source claimed that royal fans still have not forgotten how Markle accused Kate Middleton of making her cry. It's very easy to forget just how personal the attack was against Kate on Oprah. William is understandably very protective of Kate. And let's not forget that Meghan directly accused Kate of making her cry rather than the other way around. She then accused Kate of briefing journalists against her or at least not clarifying the truth of the story. It's a very strong allegation to make publicly, the source said. Meanwhile, a source reports Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had a miserable time during their trip to New York City. While the couple was all smiles during a double date in the city, things changed as soon as they were alone. Harry and Meghan smiled for the cameras during photo ops while they were in New York, but behind closed doors, they were miserable, an insider dishes. Harry and Meghan got into an explosive argument about Lilibet being christened in London, the tipster divulges. What started off as Harry voicing some concerns spiraled into the nastiest fight they've ever had. What's worse, their trip was being taped for some TV show, so they were wired and the fight was caught on audio. Recently, Harry also urged to be ashamed of new William project. Royal biographer Angela Levin, who has met and interviewed Prince Harry, described the heir apparent and his son's united interest in climate change as very moving but issued a blow to Prince Harry. Taking to Twitter she wrote, "Royal father and son working towards the same goals is very moving in what has been a very difficult year. I hope one day Harry will feel ashamed of himself." Meghan Markle and Prince Harry also struggled to stir up significant interest after their fake royal tour in New York. Royal expert Jonathan Saccardotti commented on how much attention the duo receive and whether they can successfully capture the attention of the American audience. Mr. Saccardotti speculated, "I think it is interesting because I think Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have aimed themselves at a US market. Now they are not part of the working royal family. It was fascinating to see them engage in that sort of fake royal tour. It was basically just a holiday in New York and it turns out, from the concealed microphones and the cameraman following them who wasn't known to most of the other press lot there, it seems it was a working trip."